welcome to the Lighthouse. I'm so honored to have this time with you and to follow up that really deep and meaningful practice of creating a soul collage as a group. So right away, I'd like for you to begin with a really simple breathing practice that just involves bringing your right index finger to your right nostril and then closing your eyes and sealing your right nostril, so you're going to be exclusively breathing in through your left nostril and out of your left nostril. Just left nostril breathing for the next couple of minutes while I set the stage for us. Left nostril breathing, which is a most remarkable and efficient way of getting into parasympathetic nervous system dominance, which is the bliss state. It is the bliss state, amongst myriad other useful attributes that it provides for us. Just another technical pragmatic here. Please take this moment to make sure that you're on mute, okay? So that we don't get any sort of sonic feedback from your end of things while we're meditating here for the next few minutes together. So for the next 3 or 4 minutes, while I'm creating some guided language for you, I'd love for you to just close down your eyes and breathe in long, deep, slow, elegant, and eloquent through the left nostril and then out of the left nostril. And see if you can cultivate a little pause after your in-breath and a little pause after your out-breath. Just simply this, okay? So this time of the year here at the beginning, here in January, this is a perfectly appropriate and profoundly powerful time for us to be doing this kind of work. It's rich with blank slate energy, January is, and today is 1/11, which means that it's a kind of hypercharged day for expanding our mental freedom, and it's a time for vibrating our limitlessness. And the only thing that's going to control our limitlessness is our belief that we are limited. So here's your breathing in and out of the left nostril. Feel yourself softening, layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of softening and expansion into freedom, so that you can be holding and molding your visions and your goals over these next many days of work together, so that they can be transferred into the reality of your life in a way that has incorruptible longevity. Still just breathing in this very simple way. You know, we're also transitioning into the year of the Yang water tiger. So this is an incredible cycle for taking liberation-aligned risks in our world work and in our personal life and on the path as a whole. It's a time for creating activations that are going to nurture the long panorama, the long now. See if you can elongate and extend the quality and the caliber and the consistency of the inhalation, which is the profound nourishment. See if you can expand your in-breath. So we are, each of us, and as a group, we are standing at the precipice of profound transformations. May we each take a stand as monoliths for change. Now is a time to fiercely love, to radically shift the paradigm in which we are living and working and innovating and healing, and to endure in that way. This is a time for inhabiting our skin, to renovate the many maps of the body and unveil a full-bodied experience of joy from the inside out. Deepen your breath. Joy from the inside out. Liberation and awakening is an inside out kind of a job. And it begins with the smallest unit of energy that is your breathing body in this moment. This is a time, this training time this week together, this is a time for telling the truth, not only with our tongues, but with every small gesture. For telling the truth in our bigness and in our darkness, in our tenderness and in our brokenness, in our excellence and in our exuberance and in our belief that the impossible can indeed be possible. Feel your whole field expanding in the felt sense recognition that we are being called, each of us are being called toward a larger life, to integrate and to act upon a higher purpose, not just for ourselves, but for the entire world. Deepen the breath, deepen the breath. We, all of us, we are the people in the parentheses. We are being allured and asked to awaken and to optimize every generative force that is available. So every breakdown, and we're all having them because we're in a human experience, so that every breakdown can become a breakthrough because of the way that we relate to the process, because of our eye and our angle and our relationship with mastery. Be a student of what is being taught through you, no matter the matter, from a place of self-trust, from a place of self-reverence. Meditate on that. Self-trust, self-reverence. And you are here because you heard the call to ride the winds of change with flexibility and courage and exquisite grace, to ride the winds of change and to practice discernment regarding where to land and how to land and what is needed when you land. This journey, the whole expanded iteration of it, it is a whole system upgrade. It is one of innovative blooming at a hologrammatic scale. You are still simply just practicing left nostril breathing. Stay in it, keep up, have some endurance with the simplicity of it for another moment here. You know, we are at the end of an era and we're not yet at the beginning of the next one. It's 15.7 billion years of evolution that we're in the midst of, and each of our individual lives and our collective lifespan and whole is the result of that 15.7 billion years of evolution. So when we do this collective work, when you meditate by yourself, that's good and it's true and it's useful, but it is exponentiated when we do it in a group context. So let it amplify your excellence. Let it evolve your imagination. Pull back the curtain so that you can take your old mind to the graduate school of the universe. Pull back the curtain. Let yourself echo forward with all of your inner goodness, with all of your visceral perception, from the depths of your inner well of kindness and far-reaching awareness. Deepening the breath, not wasting another single moment. How much more fully, freely, absolutely can you be in this moment here, so that we as practitioners can shock the future with the power of our aliveness versus being consistently shocked by it. Let the sound of joy be heard in your unstruck heart as you listen to the sound stream of the breath and the way that it is unstitching so much, undoing so much, and uncovering your relationship to the boundless, to the eternal, to the infinite. Hear in your unstruck heart the sound of joy, even upon your lips. Hear the resonance of eureka in the whole field that is surrounding you. And as a community and as individuals, may we never underestimate the impact that our awakened, fully present self has in the world. Never, ever underestimate that power that you have in the workplace, that you have in your family, in your relationships, with the strangers that you simply pass in an unspoken way. Our process is about being a person of caliber, creating deeper grooves of meaning and purpose and usefulness on our paths and on our planet, which is a planet in crisis. We are the people that we have been waiting for. And the truth is that this higher design that I'm pointing to through language, it is seeking us infinitely more so than we remember to seek it. What we are seeking is seeking us. What we are seeking is seeking us. And your mind and your heart and your entire body is a stargate filled with mysteries that give you keys for this emerging era. So turn your awareness, open your inner eye into this inner space, So starting here in a moment, we're going to be tapping into some bioenergetic technologies that are part of the integrative practices portfolio, that are part of the science of awakening and liberation. And these practices work for you. They will work you. If you work with them regularly, I absolutely promise you that they will give you the power to be on your axis, to be self-sourced, to be magnetic, to be on purpose in this moment and for all the generations that are to come. This work matters. Take your last breath here through the left nostril and your last exhale through the left nostril. And let your eyes flutter open. So moving right along, we're going to work with some bone marrow cleansing forms. These are some excerpts from the Exai Sui Jing practice, which is a deep root system practice that gets into the very marrow, into the Jing, into the essential nature that each of us have that, is so easy to become estranged from. So let the simplicity and the elegance and the timeless immensity of these gestures go so much more than just structure into the external structure. Let it go cell deep into the winter's garden, at least for those of us who are practicing here in the Midwest, into the winter's garden of your organism, into the root system. So let's begin. Bring your arms out to the side, sit up nice and straight on the axis of your body, and feel any and all restlessness recycling into focus. Feel your core, feel your composure, and feel how your life force is beginning to concentrate and consolidate in the center of your organism. So I will be doing the practice with you, and I'll call all of the gestures. Work with whatever you have available in your body, in your mind, in your level of relationship to this kind of stuff. Just work with what you've got. Start wherever you are. Start anywhere. Start here. This is a beautiful moment together. So leading with the fingertips, bring your hands slowly with the arms fully outstretched out in front of you, and orient all the fingers in towards the invisible meridian. We're flexing fully through the wrists, so the palms of the hands are facing away from the face and the heart and the hara in the belly. Now lift the fingertips north and take them out east-west, and all fingertips south. Good. Now lift the small fingers through to the midline and conjoin the outer edge of the small fingers and activate not just the fingers, but the spaces between the fingers. Now pull your elbows back with the palms of the hands facing the sky. Keep a lot of life force in the hands. Pull your elbows back so the base of the palms of the hands are inserting into the front of your armpits. Squeeze the blades of the shoulders together, pull the tops of the shoulder blades down, and then orient your fingertips in towards your heart. Look in the same direction. Fingertips down towards the earth, fingertips out to the side and back up, pointing north. Orient the palms to face away from your head, left and right, and then push. Literally push the energy as if you are pushing a 100-pound weight on each side of your body out. sitting up long and strong on the axis of the spine, letting any tenderness, any brokenness, any aloneness, any frenzy or agitation channelize into stability in this moment. Channelizing agitation into stability. Take it bone deep into the very marrow of your bones. And now bring the fingertips and the arms fully outstretched, but the elbows aren't locked. Bring the hands back out in front of your body, fingertips pointing in towards the invisible meridian, flexing deeply through the wrists and opening the eyes and the palms of the hands to face forward. Fingertips north, real slow. Move at glacial pace here. When we move slowly, we learn. And when we move slowly, the gestures become neuro movements that retrain our brain to behave in the way that they did when we were 3 and 4 and 5 years old, when the brain was really characterized by discovery and wonderment and awe. Bring the right hand, please, in front of the left hand and scoop the chi, the life force, the energy, and bring it in towards your brow center. Bring the tips of the thumbs together. Now open it up as if you're clearing the windshield of your perception and your sight, your insight, and your outward oriented sight. Clear the windshield and then orient the palms of the hands to face out. And one last time, push the chi. You will have this choreography recorded on the integratives.org webpage within the next couple of days. So if you're like, wow, that really felt powerful, and I want to do that for 7 minutes every morning, or I want to do it for 30 minutes every evening, or maybe I want to do it for 60 minutes, you'll have access to this choreography and you can replay it until you memorize it. It's the repetition that is the edification that really brings the practice into us in an unconditionally embodied kind of a way. So bring your hands into your belly, and in this place of stability, in this place of harmony, in this place of presence and quietude, hear your soul's music echoing through the halls of time and resonating in the very, very clean inner channels of all of your delicate bones. So we're going to work now with, like I said, this is the year we're transitioning into the Chinese year of the Yang water tiger. So obviously we've got to work with tiger energy a lot this year, which is my favorite because I happen to be a tiger, white tiger. So I love this frequency. It's always useful. It's always activating. So we do a lot of tiger in our Qigong League work. We do a lot of it in a standing iteration, but for today, like I said, we're doing seated force cultivation. So we're going to practice the tiger while seated. So take a moment to feel the grounding cords of your buttock bones connected to the planet Earth in a way that is giving you access to a profound caliber of endurance, which is the coupling of your flexibility and your determination. That's endurance, the coupling of flexibility and determination. True endurance is never based on rigidity. So remember that as you're learning and exploring and investigating this form here in the next couple of minutes. And make these movements and make every breath that's part of these movements a sincere act of power. So you're going to create the tiger claw with the hands, bend the first 2 segments of all the fingers in towards the open space of the eyes of the palms, and then bring the hands, the backs of the hands into the front of the shoulders. Inhale deep. And then exhale, you're going to push your tiger claws forward and you're going to collapse, thereby wringing out your lung meridian, pulling the navel back, pushing the center of your spine back, pushing the hands forward and looking at your heart center. This is on a huge exhale. Listen here. Good. Now I'm going to lift my spine back up and look forward, and I'm gonna twist my tiger paws out, down, in, and then I'm gonna bring my wrists back into a deep flexion, so the back of my tiger paws are now facing you. And I'm going to come up with the tiger paws, bringing the backs of the paws together up over the crown of the head. And I'm going to hang my head back, and on a huge exhale, be sure you get an inhale here. On a huge exhale, watch. I'm drawing I'm like scratching tiger marks on either side of my body and piking my elbows in towards the lowest rib, okay? So, notice I'm opening my mouth so that I'm letting go of all the breath's residue, so that I can go to zero, so that I can get into that place of emptiness, of being, of knowing, and even of not doing, even in the midst of doing this thing that we call the tiger form. Bring the hands up in front of the shoulders with the tiger paws facing the earth. Inhale. Exhale, open mouth, head hanging back, push the tiger paws down towards the ground. Look forward, inhale. Reach the arms back on a strong diagonal back. Now circle the tiger paws out, in, down, inhale. And then bring the hands forward in front of your body and then back in front of the shoulders, and we'll close our tiger form by pushing the hands forward one last time, rinsing out the lung meridian. This is so, so important, especially in this part of the world where, you know, we're dealing with the Omicron spike. We want to keep the lung meridian really vibrant, really activated, and fully on board in our organism. So inhale one last time here, all together in this place. Exhale, push it forward, open the mouth, collapse the spine, look in towards your navel. Good, then neutralize your whole body. Let yourself just sit up nice and straight for a moment. Bring one hand to your lower dantian. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your lower dantian and bring your right hand to your middle dantian. Left hand is at the belly, right underneath the navel. Right hand is in the heart's center, just maybe an inch or two above your sternum. Okay, close your eyes and call down and call in the metabolism of the universe as you just integrate everything that you just did. So gentle, but so efficient. This is about getting out of our own way. Tiger energy is about getting out of your own way so that you can adapt to all of the internal and external changing conditions, so that you're not just surviving, but that you are thriving, no matter the matter, beyond a shadow of a doubt, so that you can get to the place of doubtless living. In this moment, in this place of being, knowing, and not doing, witness the ensoulment, the engoldment, the edification, and the embodiment of the you within you. These practices resolve the issues in our tissues so that we can get to the essential nature, which is the you within you. Simply meditate and breathe with that truth here for a moment. At a substantive level, at an energetic level, the very version of you that the world so desperately needs and that only you can give. Take a huge breath into the back of your heart. And sitting up really tall and strong on your spine, we're going to work with another root system practice. This is a rooting bore, so simple, but so, so efficient. Watch here. I'm going to bring my thumbs to the back of my shoulders and the other 4 fingers to the front of the shoulders, and I'm going to reach down. I'm rooting into to the deep earth of my body and of the planet, reaching down and then coming back up. I'm reaching down. Do you see how I'm doing the same thing that I did in the tiger form? I'm collapsing through the entire axis of my spine, rinsing out all the meridians. So I'm reaching down, exhale, and inhale, I'm coming back up. Watch here. Okay, I'd like for you to join me, please. So, thumbs to the back of the shoulders, other 4 fingers to the front of the shoulders. Reach down on an out breath. Really blast the breath out of the nostrils, and then inhale up. Down and up. Down and up. Stay with it. Even when I stop and talk, which I tend to do a lot of in these sessions while you're in the midst of investigating a practice, don't stop. Just let your ears take in what I say, but stay in the dynamism that is the medicine of the movement. These movements are medicine. They are medicine, they're strong medicine, and they've endured the test of time. Know your body as a wisdom lab. You know, our entire population, none of us have gone untouched in these challenging times. You know, every single one of us out there, to some degree or another, is working with some iteration of mental malaise. And when you do this kind of work, you become an activist at the most local level. That's what's happening. You are becoming an activist. You are saying, yes, I am committed to keeping my personal bio battery charged. Think about it, like when you start your professional workday, you make sure your devices are fully charged, right? You plug them in before you go to sleep at night. Yet, we forget to do this in the sacredness of our own bodies. Use this time. Keep rooting, nourishing the marrow of your bones. Keep rooting. This is about directionality, not speed. Go slow. Let it be neurogenic. Deepening your sense of purpose, calling forth your strength, deepening into your roots in the winter's garden. Again, never underestimate the power that this has, the impact of clear presence is so powerful in every context, in the coordinates of every condition and situation. It always brings benevolence and magnetism, and kindness and compassion and creativity and possibility. Take 3 more. Rooting bore, so that you can dismantle all the layers that are keeping you separate from you. So the you that you bring to your inner life and the you that you bring to your outer life is as distortion-free as possible. So that you are a human being who is in harmony with possibility, in harmony with eternity, both supportive and assertive, connected to essence. So bring your hands back to the middle and lower dantian, this time reverse. So bring your right hand to your belly and your lower dantian. Please make sure you're on mute. Please make sure you're on mute. And bring your other hand to your heart. And close your eyes again. Return to your breath. You know, as practitioners, we are like sailors, adapting and continually readjusting, tacking in the wind, letting ourselves be guided by change and letting ourselves be guided by this higher design. that is this work that we're here to do, that we are already afoot with. So eyes closed, breath just in absolute neutral. Here and now, before earth and before sky. Feel the pulse of the infinite in absolutely everything that you love. In your bones, in your blood, in your breath, in your heart. And feel your eyes capable of opening, capable of seeing beyond what you have seen into what you have never imagined to be possible. Feel your ears opening to hear what you have never heard before. Beyond limitation, beyond the beyond. Feel how there is a new story emerging from ourselves and rippling through our lucid bodies as waves of awareness, as waves of creativity and innovation and contribution rippling through our lucid bodies as we remember who we truly are and what all we are capable of, what we are really made of. 'Tis all of us, into what we have always meant to be. Feel the layers between us. Feel the layers between us and who we are meant to be. Feel those layers falling away, disintegrating, dissolving, being swallowed back up by the metabolism of the universe. And suddenly in this moment, so simply, without effort, realize that you are already all that you dreamed you could be. Feel yourself able to see without eyes, to walk without feet, to fly without wings, to see without eyes, to walk without feet, to fly without wings. This is my wish for you. Sat Nam. Namaste.